Yeah, so done the water cooling build, and you're probably wondering why I'm talking to you first now, then just listening to the intro. But yeah, basically, I need an assistant. I really do. I try to record this process, and I was just lying. Nothing was really that hard and stuff. Just basic things you got to remember. When you take off pipes, it's going to drain from the lowest point. Think gravity, all that kind of stuff. Make sure you have the correct amount of fittings. When you're measuring out pipe, measure it up twice, cut once. I use a squeezy bottle to fill up the reservoir and stuff. Just little things, little tips and stuff. It just makes it a little bit easier once you've done a lot of these. Having some sort of coil or something to stop it when you get extreme kinks and stuff like that, so make sure you have that to hand. Something that's going to cut the pipe nicely and clean. Trying to introduce any debris into the system. You'll see people flushing radiators and doing all that kind of stuff. If you do, don't flush with normal tap water, flush with some deionized things like that. If you have enough liquid, if you in a wasteful sort of mood, you can use your new fresh liquid to flush it out with too, but don't stick normal water in there. It defeats the object, puts impurities into there, blah blah blah. Yeah, don't be scared. It's really easy. The only risky bit is when you start taking heat sinks. You start taking graphics cards apart and stuff like that. That can get a little bit risky if you're a little bit forceful. But I mean, I've done some really gangster stuff on some graphics cards before, and they've worked. I've had PCs upside down trying to get airlocks out. I've done some gangster stuff, and it all works. I mean, it's perfectly fine. It's not. I wouldn't say IT equipment's hardy equipment, but it's not as delicate as what people think. And with the liquids and stuff from the factory, they're non-conductive, so they haven't taken on any impurities and stuff. So if you spill a little bit on the motherboard and that's clean, you should be fine. It shouldn't it shouldn't cause any issues. I've never had anything myself, but yeah, I mean, have a go. It's really silent. You get your silent fans on the go, a couple of radiators. It's real nice. It's really nice. It's just different. It's so silent. You can game and stuff, and you haven't got the graphics card flying and 100 mile an hour making such a noise like a jet taking off. Again, mine's a little bit different because I put a graphics card in without a heatsink this time. That's because I couldn't find without a water block. I couldn't find one for the card. So yeah, just check it in. If I find one, I'll pop it on. It's not a big issue. And yeah, I mean, yeah, enjoy, watch and tell me what you think. I mean, like I said, definitely need an assistant. I didn't take every single process, but hopefully you get a little feel for it, right? I'm getting better at this stuff, I suppose, day by day. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing is draining out my water cooling system. I'll show you guys around. So this is a Thermaltake Stormtrooper case, if I'm right. Got a couple of, you can see here, and the reflection's a bit cheese. Okay, so I've got a radiator down there, radiator up at the top. Now I'm taking this graphics card off because my homie gave me another graphic. He's just literally changed his, and his graphics card's pretty good, so I'm just gonna have his from his old PC. And yeah, I haven't water cooled it or anything. Well, I won't be water cooling his because I can't find a good water block for it and stuff like that. But yeah, so I'm currently rocking the red. And yeah, like I said, I'll take you guys through it. We'll remove the pipes. I'm going to start cleaning. I'll do it probably in stages, speed it up and stuff like that for you guys. But so let's pan around to me so you can see who you're talking to. Rude of me. Yeah, so what we'll do, we'll go through it. It shouldn't be too much. Well, I say shouldn't be too much of a mission. You don't need to be extremely delicate with the water cooling stuff as most people think you need to. It's non-conductive liquid, so yeah, if it falls on, I haven't got live power to it anyway, but if it falls on, if you clean it up, it should be fine. Clues in the title, non-conductive, so yeah, shouldn't be an issue really. You can have impurities build up and stuff from the radiator over time and stuff, and everyone's going to get extremely technical about it, but I've done enough of these. Just don't panic, it's not that bad. The problem is when you add the heat sinks and stuff to things, you can sometimes potentially damage the cards and stuff. But some of these things are put together by humans, and humans over torque things and stuff, so yeah, just don't panic. Yeah, it's not a big issue. Okay, well, I'll take you through it. Like I say, they're probably in stages and stuff. It's a really boring process. I'm going to change it to a different liquid too, different color probably. I've got to clean some of the sediment and stuff that has come about. You can sort of see, oh, I don't know if you can see here. Can you, let's see if it focuses properly. Yeah, there we go. You can see just above where the flow rate sensor, just the flow rate thing. Yeah, a little bit up to the right, you can see that little bit of cloudiness. It's a tiny bit of sediment, so I might have to unscrew, you know, we'll take this reservoir apart and just clean that up. I don't know yet, but yeah, we shall see. Okay, over and out. Yeah, so just had something to eat quick, and then yeah, back on it. I'm busy taking apart the reservoir at the moment. Yeah, this is a bit of a nightmare because it's got some like gunk and build-up and stuff in it. I don't know if you can see, but that sort of murkiness, got to get that out if I want to whack the new fluid in there. I'll show you the butchery job I've done on it so far. It's got a little jug there just in case we get any bits dripping out. So there we go, yeah. So taking a bit of pipes, like I say, I'm going to bypass the graphics card because I'm not going to put there's no water cooling block on the new one. So there's a radiator there, there's one underneath that as well. Just catching some bits, and yeah, real good. Like I say, I'm going to take this apart, give this a clean. That's going to be fun. Well, it already is being quite fun. But yeah, we'll do it. I mean, I'm in no rush to do it anyway. It's got a laptop I can still use and stuff. So yeah, potentially get it done tonight. But otherwise, yeah, it ain't the end of the world. But yeah, just got to do it properly because I don't want to be doing it loads of times. Just get it done once. You don't want any of the fluid mixing because I'm going to change the color and stuff. Yeah, we should be all gravy. Okay, over and out. Okay, so it's taken me, say, about probably 3 hours to now. So I've redone the it's all plumbed in and stuff now. I've gone around and checked all the fittings and stuff, and put a little bit like new hose where it was too discoloured and stuff like that. And I'll show you a couple of things, might be worth mentioning. Okay, so I'll show you the sort of stuff that I use. Okay, so I just had a set of Allen keys. I needed two. I used the spray bottle. I used some of this sort of plastic coil to help with the pipes where the bends are and stuff. I used one of those to get the tube, and this Allen key is just to do the bolts on top of my reservoir. I used basically water, deionized water, and you know, however you want to get that, whether it be stuff water used for your battery or whatever like that. Just something that's pure because you don't want any impurities to go into the new plumb system. Now, this stuff isn't for. It isn't for looks. I've just got it because the bends are too extreme, so it'll just kink the pipe. You don't want the pipe to kink, basically. I've done it there too. This stuff is so funny. You don't want to. You don't really want to be using this if you have OCD, because you'll just lose your mind. Yeah, you'll end up going insane trying to get that right. All that I do though to make it a little bit easier is I twist the coil. So I basically make it unsprung, so I twist it back on itself, then it makes it larger. You can push it all onto the pipe and then you just spread it along. So that's a neat little tip, I suppose. I'll show you. So I took apart the reservoir. It might look a little bit dusty, I don't know if the camera's picking it all up, but I don't know if you can see, I've cleaned this reservoir, but there's a bit of discoloration on it. It's like slightly hazed. I don't want to rub it with anything too harsh, but let's see what happens when I put the liquid in. But yeah, like I say, that's it plumbed in. I mean, it's pretty sucky I didn't get to put another water cooling block on that graphics card, but I just couldn't find one. So, you know, when I do find one, I'll put one on. It's not a huge issue. I didn't put in a drain. Should have put in a drain. It will make the situation a whole lot easier. What I did was I just took it apart in sections. So I would take like this bit off, tilt the pipe up, spray fresh water in. Always remember that water is going to come out at the lowest point, blah blah blah. Clean out all the radiators. So it's all cleaned out with, like I say, with deionized water and stuff. Well, not and stuff, it's just cleaned out with deionized water. So hopefully, yeah, it shouldn't have put any impurities into the, you know, into the system. So it should still be all gravy. Like I say, I'll chuck the blue stuff in and let's see what it comes out like. I'm probably going to get a lot of airlocks and stuff like that, but yeah, cross that bridge when you come to it. I'll chuck it back up in the up in my, you know, office sort of thing, and we'll go from there. Okay, yeah. So first off, apologies for the lighting. I've got one of those eco bulbs that are just ridiculous. They're basically yellow. Can't stand the things, but hey, you know, saving the environment and all that. Okay, so this is what I'm going to be using. this UV blue from XSPC. So yeah, pop some of this in. Like I say, I'll chuck it in the front of this reservoir here, up in the top, fill it up, mess with the tubes a little bit, try and see if I can get it to drain through, and yeah, we'll go from there. But like I say, once I do start to get it going and I start turning it on and off and stuff, I'll pop the recording back in. But yeah, we'll have a go. Yeah, so we're running blue. It's really nice, right? There's a slight bit of couple of air bubbles there, but like I said, I'll tip it a little bit and get those out. I'd like to run it so there's no air in it whatsoever, because it can make a bit of a noise. Like I say, guys, don't freak out when you're bleeding the system. Oh gosh, the UV's killing it. Can't focus. Does not like it. yeah, so basically, you don't need to worry about these pumps and stuff. They're pretty hardy. I mean, what have I got? I've got like an alpha cool pump, I think it is, and these things are basically just yeah, sorry, I haven't fitted the UV lights properly yet. They're pretty much just sitting in place. I need to fit them nicely, but just fit them properly. Like I said, these pumps, you don't need to worry about them. They're basically fish tank pumps, and they can last for ages and ages, and they can run dry too for a bit. I wouldn't leave it running dry for ages, but you've got enough time to bleed and stuff. You don't need to panic. You can, yeah, just on and off it and stuff. You really don't need to panic and take it too seriously. I mean, like I say, they're not as flimsy as people make out. They look, oh, yeah, basically, I don't know. I've never had even one of these break, and I've done so many. Never ever had an issue. But like I say, mine was pretty smooth. Just make sure you got your, sorry, before I forget, make sure you got your flow the correct way, because you don't want it to be filling the wrong way and stuff like that. So just those are things to double check. You obviously fit all your parts. So with me, when I was changing the graphics card, remember the other one was water cooled, so I needed to take that into account. So fit the graphics card, fit everything dry, then you run your pipes around, see if you've got some extreme bends, put something on to, you know, stop them kinking, because you don't want that happening. I mean, I only used 1 bottle of liquid, and normally use 2 on the last one, so that shows how much more it had with the graphics card heatsink and stuff. So it took a lot more liquid. I mean, I used 1.5 last time, and now it's just 1, so that's pretty cool. I've got 1 sat here spare. But like I say, yeah, so check all your fittings, your fixtures, make sure you've got the right stuff, make sure they're all tight and go around the whole lot, and just quickly nip them up finger tight. And yeah, like I say, you measure twice, cut once, right? Because if you start running out of pipe, you're done, basically, until you can order some more or get some. And that's something that most places don't stock. You have to wait for it to come in. But yeah, like I say, it was pretty, I mean, yeah, it's pretty basic build, but yeah, hopefully it helps some people. I didn't really give that many hints and tips, but yeah, maybe next time, right?